Hey guys, welcome to a Sunday afternoon, and we are going to try and do. Well, we've got a couple of things that we want to do here, right? Now, we are going to try and implement a new system, and I've got a couple of things to need to do here. Right, and I believe what we're going to have to do is a little bit of tidy up, a little bit of mucking around. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete this, right? We're going to copy stuff over. I am downloading I'm basically downloading something in another page while we delete this. Then we're going to have to copy our code over because we're doing this, we're going to test this. We're going to test this out. It is a tool. You can get it from, it's called Openland. You can get it from GitHub. I do believe it's a paid asset, but I've got to think that what you can do with it is you can apply it to your project and then get it later. So you can basically test it out and see how it's going to work. Okay, so I'm going to have to do a bit of copy and pasting here of files across, but I want to show you me doing this because basically what I'm doing is I'm going to create a full backup and then work on the backup, right? So that I'm not going to change the actual real version of our game, right? So now what I can do is I can go to C drive, then Unreal Projects, then I can copy our current one, then go back to our D drive, then go to our Unreal Projects in here and paste it. Okay. Meanwhile, I have opened this Unreal Openland, then we're going to extract okay. So what we want to do is basically I'm going to guess we want to copy right. So from what I understand, we need to basically copy this into our project file. Okay. Once that is done, So once we've got this copied across, it's 28%, then we'll be ready to go. And while this is copying across, guys, sing a song to yourselves, and I'll go and grab a coffee. So I'm going to be about a minute or two, but I won't be much longer, and we'll get this to copy across. Okay, we have our coffee, and where are we now? 68%. Okay. I was having a look at this morning, and this looks like the easiest way to do this. There seems to be issues in Unreal 5 with doing the displacement, and we do want some kind of displacement footprints in the snow. Now, I'm of the opinion that there's no way that Epic will leave this as it is. They've deprecated tessellation, which is causing everybody problems. And there are new ways to do it, which are pretty convoluted and apparently aren't 100% effective. So, as I said, I don't believe for a second there isn't going to end up being an answer to this problem, but at the moment, we've got a couple of ways of doing it, and this seems to be the easiest way to do it for now until we get a clear resolution from Epic. One of them things, I'm afraid. So once we've copied this across, we're going to insert the open land thing and take it from there. So yeah, there's always that. Come on, this is 81%. How are you this afternoon, Sunbuster? I noticed you didn't join the Discord. '83, come on. Let's be having you. How was you guys take your coffee, by the way? '85. Come on, come on, come on. So in the meantime, what we'll do is we'll copy this, go to D drive, then Unreal Projects. This is our new version. We can go to content, and paste it. Well, to be fair, I don't have any friends either, so... But I have Discord. Hi, Chip, Cat Eats Chips, how you doing? Right, so... we've got that copied across. We might need to do the Unreal Engine overrides, the UE5 overrides, I don't know yet, because I'm too lazy to read the darn thing. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. It's this thing here, right? If you look in here, it's not that thing. Right, it's actually in here. It's in this one here. Right, it's this Unreal Overrides folder. I don't know if we need that yet. If we have a look at the README, we've got an intro. Alright, it says you can open land content, open land. Okay. So it kind of doesn't say anything about the Unreal overrides, but as I said, we might need it. But we'll leave it for now. Right. We're on D drive. On Groenland. And we're basically just going to open it for here. '92. This is to show you guys when I try out things that I don't do it. Something as big as this, I'm not going to do it in the live development branch. I'm just going to back it up and try it. Now, what I'm hoping here is that we can actually decide when to switch this on and off, depending on what we're working on, right? The physical material. But yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Okay. So how are you guys today out there in YouTube land? Are you working on anything? Okay, we're still on 93%. It says 6 minutes, but it'll not be 6 minutes. I can assure you that. It'll probably be about 2 at the most. Yeah, I see it's jumped down to 3. So you were lying about the 6 minutes then, were you, Windows? So once this opens, the first thing we've got to do is check that this actually brought in our open land in the content folder. And you know what? See this file, this UE5 overrides. I'm going to copy this, right? And then I'm going to paste it in here, just in case. Right. So that's that. Open. Oh, I've got a horrible feeling about this actually. I've got a horrible shader feeling about this. Oh, this is for your moon patrol. Using a simple thruster, so I take it you just added an impulse. Basically up the way. Right, come on. One hates it when it gets stuck at 45%. Come on, for 84. What's be having you? Oh, there is a thruster component, is there? Not something I've used, to be fair, but I'm kinda not surprised that it exists. Right, is this going to open? Or is it going to sit and look at me for 10 minutes? It's probably going to sit and look at me for 10 minutes, to be fair. Right. Come on. Come on. It will open. It's just taking its time. Giving me a chance to have a sip of coffee. Okay. Okay, come on. Here it is. There it's popped up. And there we have it. Right. Now we're in business. Kinda. Cancel that. Right. So we need to check. We have open land. We have UE5 overrides. Okay. And that, in theory, is all we need to get this to work. Presumably. Alright, we've got a couple of things to set up here. Oh, I know what changed. What changed? No, you got to tell me about how your progress is going, Sunbuster. Did you put any of my super widget tips into play? Or have you not got to that yet? Well, they might not be that super actually. Come on. I always end up having to do this on stream because I have a look at things. Well, to be fair, this morning I was watching the football and then I was having a look at this displacement thing and then just time ran up on me basically, as tends to happen. Right. It's preparing construction scripts, apparently. This does take a little bit of time, but as I said before, guys, if you're going to make a major change and you don't know if that change is going to be a permanent change or if you're just prototyping out something, make sure to copy your stuff. Copy it across to like a separate drive and copy the project and open up your test project. Because then basically you ain't going to completely muck it up. Or at least you shouldn't. Right, so that's the initial area to the east of you, depending on what is north and south, etc. Right. So this is our start point. Okay. We want to know what changed. Right, an icon, apparently. Right, so we'll just close that. Right, that's done. Close that. Right. So what we want to do here is landscape. Right. We want to click on this. Now this is me trying to remember off the top of my head a video I watched a minute ago. We want to use this dynamic material instance. So we click on that, right? And then we're going to browse to our landscape, right? We're going to open that. And then we're going to get the actual landscape. Oh, that's quite handy. Right, now the next thing we need to do is we need to get open land, right, and get this and we basically drag this into our map. Okay. We need this open land manager. And there was something that we had to do in open world settings, but I can't. Nah, we don't need to do anything in open world settings. What we do need to do is drag that in, but this seems to be wrong. Okay, this is our usual. I wonder if this is one of the Unreal Engine 5 overrides things. Has an invalid type map of strings to structures. Interesting. Alright. We're doing it on the player, right? Let's see if this actually works anyway. Okay, I'm gonna have a look at our Unreal 5 overrides. Not 100% sure. This is maybe what I have to do. Maybe I have to swap those out. See how it's got high running TV. This is core. Tools. Texture manager. So I'm just wondering if this uses that. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Right. So we need to look at our landscape. Right. And we were on this instance. We did have this open. And this was our original one. Right. And this is what we wanted to do. here. Then we wanted to add a scalar parameter called displacement amount. And then I put a number in there. That goes in there. Then our normal goes in there. And it goes in there. Right, I don't understand that. Well, that's not awfully good, is it? Right, that seems to be okay. Okay, we're gonna have to bring up, bring up this video. And I've done this right. Well, this is good. We've got a problem already. And it might be because this is screwed. Now, what I'm wondering now is this thing here. Does it have has an invalid type map of strings to structures? Now I'm guessing that this isn't working because it can't use this thing. Integer texture render. Now here's the thing, right? If I go to here and it wasn't that one, it was this texture manager thing, right? So what it appears to me is, right, I can't open that one, okay? But what I'm guessing is that if I look in it in here, it will open, right? Now, as you can see, when we open this, it's still got a problem. Okay. So what we've got here is basically this. Right, I'm gonna have to do it. Well, apparently we've got a problem. Damn it. Well, we're kind of screwed, aren't we? That's not working. I think this is because, right, we're going to test something, okay? What I think this is because of it's a world map. Okay, I think if I load this map, it wouldn't have it because we're not using streaming proxies. I don't think. Well, this might be the fastest ever closing this thing down. See, I think this might have something to do with the streaming proxies because the streaming proxies don't exist in a world partition in Unreal Engine 5. Still kinda doesn't explain it. This is it here. Alright. So where is this about invalidation? Is this a local variable? So this is like virtual textures. Right, so that would suggest switch that off. This might do a horrific bunch of shaders again. But what I'm thinking is, if we require the runtime textures, then we might require the height meshes, which scares the crap out of me. Right. So this isn't working so far, but let's have a look. Apparently, okay, whatever. Let's see if we can get this working, or working to some degree, put it that way. Right. So I guess we've got to go with this. Aye. Whoa. I'm just wondering if there's some sort of... I don't think so, but... No, there's no open land plugin that I've got to activate or anything. I guess what I'm going to have to do, guys, is watch how you set it up properly. But the video I watched, all he did was basically what I did, unless it's... Right, hang on a second. Did he actually do that? Maybe I missed him doing it, or maybe he missed out that he actually did it. I don't know. Right. No, he certainly didn't. Right guys, I'm going to go and grab a smoke while this is doing shaders again. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, we've had our cigarette. I'm just thinking here, if I look at this video again, right, I'm just thinking here, is this only, which version is he using of this? Which version of Unreal is he using? Is the question. Right, because it might be 5.0. And I don't think you see anywhere in the video which version he's actually using. And it's 10 months ago. Right, so that kind of answers the question, I think, when you think about it. Right. And now the question is, yeah, it's still got an error. Okay, well, that quite simply answers our question. I don't think there are people who have had errors. But funnily enough, right, so if we look at this video, right, it says it here, I'm getting the following message, the following variables, blah blah blah, has a valid type. Right, and there's no answers. Is there any answer here? Yep. Right, okay. So we're basically bollocksed, I think. It is interesting that we can get to the, I believe it was the texture thing. It must be this RVT invalidator. Yeah, apparently it's not working in 5.1.1 or whatever version we have. This tutorial was done 10 months ago, so it's a wee bit out of date. Right, now if any of you are using this otherwise, it's this one here. Right, 10 months ago. Right, and obviously worked at the time, but not anymore. So, as I said, we're bollocksed. Can't do that. Need to look at something else, I suppose. Sometimes it happens, guys. Sometimes you have a look at something, you think it's a promising solution, and then it's completely bollocksed, right? And isn't a solution at all. So we're just going to have to keep an eye out for yeah, the problem was the guy didn't, usually they have the project loading up or whatever and you can see what version of Unreal Engine it is that they're using or whatever, but I didn't notice it in this particular case. I just took it that it was Unreal Engine 5, so therefore it would work, but that's what I get for making presumptions. So we'll just have to go back to our original thing. Now, I did have did have a couple of ideas for this, what to do, but I don't know if I'm actually going to do it or not. I'm going to show you anyway, right? It was just a couple of changes to widgets, pretty much. Right? And what I wanted, well, first of all, what I want is I want to test out these doors that I put in. Right, for example, this one here. So if I say play from here, right? There we go. Right. So that's good. And these are the ones I put in last night, along with the ones over in our mountainy villagey bit. So we want to test that out. Okay. So we should be able to run around here and open doors, in theory. Right. Right. So that works fine. We'll just test one or two more. No reason why they shouldn't work, of course. Go. Yeah, those open outwards. Easy for me to make them open inwards, but I mean, what's going on there? Oh, that crap. Whatever. Right, so if we click on a door, and we edit the blueprint, we can just basically make it go the other way around. Right, that's kind of a simple change to make. Right, now I'm not particularly happy about the way this does it, but I'm not going to argue about it. That's just door audio. No, you've started it. You've started it, so I'm going to have to do it now, right? Right, this is door open curve here. Right. So all we basically need to do is change this from minus 100 to 100. I agree with you, the doors opening out the way, it was always quite annoying, right? Not exactly a showstopper, but are you bloody happy? Right. There you go. How's that? Bloody happy? Now you'll start complaining that they all open in the way. Oh no, they all open in the way. Well, yeah, they do. Right, this is because we no longer have weather, etc. I didn't make them, right? It's basically how I would have done it, but it's not, I didn't do that. Right, now there was something I wanted to do with this, right? And can we stop that a minute? Right, trust me here, I'm trying to do something, right? Right. That's what I want, right? kind of want that. Right, and we're going to do snippy tool, right, and that's not really what I want, so we're going to do snippy tool again. Alright, we're going to grab that. Compile that. Right, hang on a second, right? Maybe you don't know what I'm doing here. Right. We're going to do new. Okay, that. Then we're going to paste that. Okay? Now, what I actually want to do here is when you're cooking, right, or crafting, what I want in the background I mean, I don't know why I'm doing this, right, because the designery person will probably change all this, but what I want is in the background in here is like the cooking thing, and what I want in here is the like a bag or something, right? So what I'm thinking is right, so we've got that part, right, which is the item types. Then we've got a bit, this is our horizontal box, right? This is our first one, this is our second one, right? Actually, no, it's not. This is our crafting, right? And this is our, so that's crafting, that's inventory, okay? So what I actually want is in this scroll box, I want to wrap it with a border, right? And that border is going to be black, okay? And I'm going to have the image in it, right, down in the bottom right here, which would be the image for cooking. It's going to be the fire here, this, right? So we can save as and input HUD, and we'll just call it cooking. Now we'll just save it as that just now, right? Now where so we've got our images here, so we'll say crafting, new folder, images, right, we'll open that, and it's in HUD, and it's cooking. Right, and then where is it? Where did it go? Well, where did it go is actually there. Okay. So when we press play, we get that. Right? But that's not actually what I want. Okay? What I actually want is it just to fill like a bottom left hand corner or something. So border. So if we were to make this 4449, so that's just going to fill it, and it's not going to do anything if I do that. That's interesting. So kind of what I'm thinking here is this offset box See, this is just going to go mental. Right, so I'm going to undo that. Oh, okay, apparently I can't undo it. I wonder. Yeah, because this is moving the whole thing, you see. So, kind of in theory, we have a grid here. Right, and this border yeah, so this is kind of screwed now. Is that 50 as well? That wasn't right. So it should be that, right? And this is 50 all around, basically. Right. So this is a grid panel. Okay. And what we really want to do is wrap this with a canvas panel. Right? And then inside our canvas panel we have an image, and this image can go to the bottom right. Okay. We do 0 and 0. Let's see, 441. Alright. then we add a bit of opacity to it. And we see how it works. Kinda. It isn't a very good example because I've not got enough things to cook. But I want it to be, obviously these are going to go over the top of this, but not too sure about whether that's working or not. But that was kind of my idea. Now the point now was for the scroll box now, if we wrap this with a border, right, and now we make the border black, you get a kind of better idea. Now if I go back to my image now and change this to 1, right, we're still not, because it's not jet black. So what we could do, if we set this to 1 again, right, we can get our border then we've got our tint, then we can do that, right? Then if we get our border and we get our tint again and we change it to 0.5, and then we get our image and we change it to 0.5, it's not quite, is it? You can still see it. So it looks like we need our border to be a bit higher. In fact, yeah. Okay, so that little test there didn't really work very well. And we get a brighter picture if we do that as well. So, but I mean, that keeps it all the same colour for the, you know. This was kind of what I was looking for, but I really wanted it as a pitch black with just like a transparency on it. But it's going to be really difficult to make that picture transparent, right, with all the smoking crap going on. Right, but you can see there the idea. These would obviously cover this up. I think that's pretty good. Do you guys not think that's pretty good? Not like it, hate it, not hate it. I don't know, I quite like it. And we could basically just do the exact same thing for our inventory. Right, so we get our GP inventory slots, we wrap it with a canvas panel. Right, our canvas panel is fine. Actually, you know what? It's probably a waste of time, right? Because it's only, you can only see it because there's no options available, right? What I'm thinking is, if we half that and call it 220 by 245, right? See, the problem is, once you actually start doing it, this will become irrelevant because it's just going to get covered up anyway, right? Which means that it just might make things very busy. So what I'm thinking is bollocks to that. Right? Until we kind of make a executive decision on it. So basically this can go. Right, and basically the border can go as well. Right. So I believe this was like this. And that gets that sorted out. Right, so that's us back the way we were. You got to try these things though, guys, and never be afraid to try something, especially with your UI, right? Because basically what you want to do is make sure that so we're basically deleting that. Right, cool. Right, yeah, so the point is that start off with an idea for your UI and then just update it with a little bit more graphical flair, a bit of this, bit of that, and gradually you'll get to something that's acceptable. Now, in this point, I'm not even saying this is acceptable, right? But it gives an idea of what we could do, right? So, like, we've got our interaction stuff, and like our widgets for this, right? Like, for example, this thing here, and just try to add to it, just try to make it better and better, right? Like for your storage and all the rest of it. Right, like this is the storage one, and try to keep them consistent as well, right? So that everything kind of works in the same way, so that, you know, when they're looking at different widgets, then it's the same type of thing and it's consistent throughout. It works the same way. It's got like similar stuff all the time, right? There's nothing harder than trying to figure out how every single different widget works, because every widget works different, right? What I try to do is try to keep it as consistent as possible, while, you know, trying to amend it and update it and make it slightly better each time. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for this afternoon, guys. I hope you've enjoyed that. We didn't get very far with the open land thing, but that's just one of them things, right? Sometimes you make progress by making no progress and eliminating, you know, something that basically doesn't work. And at least you can forget it and put it to the side. So if you enjoyed it, hit like, subscribe, check out the description for links to Discord, previous game on Steam, Patreon, Kickstarter preview and website. And I'll be back later tonight, probably. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye for now.